Okay guys, hope you can see this real well. Now a couple things we're going to do. I'm going to put this lettering down here so I can actually see it and then actually do the lettering onto the painting or onto the picture before I even do the picture. That way I've got it kind of placed, done and ready. But I've got it printed on two different sheets because it didn't orient like you see, it didn't orient right because like you seen on the last one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put this one down first. Now how do I know it's straight? Now these rulers here are really kind of cool. This is a graphic ruler. It's clear plastic. It is set up on 1/8 and 1/16. It even has millimeters. So this one here isn't always my best one, but it's one I got. But it's also set up so I can line things up. So I can come in here, I can go down to the bottom of the page, line it up, and then, just make sure it's exactly straight. Now what I can do is do this. Take a couple pieces of tape. Now this tape here is masking tape. I don't always suggest it because the masking tape, if you put it down too heavy, it's gonna move. Okay, so I'm gonna come here. That's the first thing. Now, open spaces. And because I want to line this thing up, I can come here, because space goes here, the first letter's there, I can do here. I can come back this way a little bit. As you can see, I can do this right here to see if it's what I want. And because I know this is a very small opening, let me grab the mat board. I will show you that I want to make sure that what I have in there will actually show up inside the mat board. Okay, as you see those frames, this is the mat board. This is our area we have cut out. So I'm going to lose this over here. Now I may want to keep that because that's kind of cool. So I might do this instead. So where it says open, I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to pull this off here again. Notice how light I tape that down. Okay, so I'm going to come here. And it's probably a better idea to do this without the tape. So I'm going to pull the tape off here first, and then we'll place that, and then I'll retape it down. So I'm going to put this down here where I want it. I don't want to lose this bush here. I think he's kind of cool. And this kind of says everything. It's kind of extra. So this kind of says a whole lot right there. I'm going to move this around to where I want it. I think I want it there. So I'm going to come in here, line this up with that. I might just do this. This also gives me placement when I put this back on, that if it looks okay. Make sure everything's lined up. Yeah, it looks like this right here. Doesn't look too bad. I'll pull this a touch this way. Okay, so I got that there. Now I can take this, I'll tape it here, and this tape isn't going to hurt the image, so I'm not too worried about that. So I have that. Now I can take this and say, okay, how do I want this to go? And since we already know that the right side is set up, I can pretty much put this like that. Just make sure I eyeball it. So now I have my wide open spaces. And what I'll do here, I'll just tape that. So now I got that done. So now I've got placement and everything on my drawing. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a pen and some good paper, or some good carbon paper, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer down the lettering. And of course, as always, as you guys all know, I need my glasses. So I'm going to do this first. I'm going to flip this back this way, do this. Now another thing you can do just to make sure that everything is correct, you grab your ruler. You can use a clear plastic one, the one you got with your pack, or you can come in here and just do this. And you want this to be really tight, really straight, because then it looks even better. And you have a real appreciation for those guys who handmade signs. Because this is kind of an old school way of doing it. But it does look really cool when you've got it squared away and it's all nice and straight. But this is one where you want to take your time. You don't want to speed through it. And there's faster ways of doing this, like right here. I can go down here. Wherever there's straight lines, knock that out. And a lot of this, like I said, it's, you know, you learn how to do this stuff, and then you're in control of how you want things to look. And to me, that's an important element that a lot of people don't get. Okay? Okay, and now, you know, I don't have this. Finish this letter off here. And I think I pretty much got that. Okay, so I'm just going to do as much work on here as possible before I get into the looking at it, straightening it up, refining it. So yeah, you can't really see me doing this, so it's this one's pretty, but I wanted to show you from a distance. So it's just kind of like, it's okay. You know, come to class. I'll show you guys how to do this in person. So. Okay, I'm going to come down to this S. And I'm going to show you what the end result is. And I'm just using the ruler for all the straight edges. And so let's see what we got. So I'm going to do this here. Okay, so there's my lettering. I'm going to pull out this. Let's see if I got everything. Okay. You tell me. Oh, see, I forgot that part here. Okay, there. C's got to have finished. So I have some work. So by pulling it out, it shows me what I have to put in. But you can kind of see and get the idea what this is all about. You know, and that's the main thing. Okay. Let's see the A. Yeah. What am I missing? Okay, there we go. Yeah. So don't pull anything. Don't pull your image off until you make sure you've got exactly what you want. And that, to me, that is kind of an important element right there. Okay. So I got spaces down. Now, of course, obviously, I have to trust where I'm doing this. So I'm going to move this one back because I've lined it all up. Now I can pull off and I'm going to be real careful. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, now I can go do wide open. And same principle. Well, there. Okay, now one thing before I start, I want to make sure that that is really lined up. And I started noticing that when I put this down here, see, look at this. It's up into here, it's down below. So that's not really straight. So I'm going to be real careful. And now I can actually hold it in place and move this down here to where we can see it. There we go, it's nice and straight. Now I can put that down. And now it's exactly where I want. So I'm going to come in here now and just put down the lettering. And I'm going to do it exactly the same way. Grab my ruler. And so you just find faster ways of doing stuff. looking. Whatever you can accomplish quickly, because the other stuff's going to take a little time. Okay, and I'm going to drop that paper in just a little more so it covers that. Okay, now I can come in here and do these. And if you know faster ways, great. Show me so then I can learn too. So even on a short line, I can come in here and put that in. And the clear plastic ruler that I gave you guys in your pack will work just fine. You're able to see through it, line things up, makes it easy. I go through probably, I think this one's probably about 4 years old. I've had it for a very long time. It also makes sure, you know, by using a ruler, it helps you get all the straight lines, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to show you up close because I want you guys to come into class to do this so you can have more fun. And then I can show you in class. See how that works? So you notice I left all the curved lines to last. Okay, and then I just finish those off. And if I've done my job, which sometimes I do, and take your time with this, because this right here, it takes practice. And even as much as I've done this, you know. Okay, did I get that? I don't think I got that part right there. Now, one thing about graphite or carbon paper is it's not very forgiving. Okay, so I have, did I get that last? Okay. Now also you can use a smaller pencil, so it kind of like, you get a finer line. I use a pen only because I'm just used to doing that at the moment, but sometimes we want to find this. Okay, nope, hang on, still not quite there. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. No, I didn't do the O. Okay. So to show you, okay, now I've got wide open spaces. It fits in my mat board, the whole shot. I can pull this off. Not too worried. I still want to be careful because I don't want to rip this paper. And there we go. So now I can go ahead and complete that drawing with what I want on there with lettering, instead of trying to figure a way of printing it on or trying to do it freehand, all that other kind of stuff. So hopefully this has been interesting. Welcome to lettering and graphics and fine art. And we'll start using graphic lines and stuff like that, or what they call bistro lines. Kind of like this. In fact, I'll just do this one. Let me grab a pencil here. I'll show you. Bistro lines are like, you just take you're trying to figure out a line here where, say, a 1/4 inch underneath, we want to run from the W to W, or W to N, to the very end of it. and we want it to be an 1/8 inch thick, which these are set up that way. And since they're clear plastic, you can kind of see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to angle this with the lettering. Line it up. So this is another thing you can do to kind of impact your words. So I'll show you this. So there. So when I do this, I'll demo it and you guys will be able to see it, but I'll do that during the class.